Good morning, afternoon, evening, gamers. I'm sorry about the vest, but it is quite warm here. It's like 25 C, which I know probably for some of you in some parts of the world, it's probably not very hot, but for me, that's particularly in the UK, like most most British English are not not used to this kind of weather. And me particularly, I don't do well in the summertime. So yeah, so it is what it is. So today, let's go to the game screen. Oh, there's the very talented Chung Ha. Not going to say anything else about her because, of course, it's in the modern age. You're not allowed to say anything about how people look. So anyway, ooh, uh, hey, there we go. I don't know why that took so long. So, if you if you've ever wanted to know what the metaverse really looks like, not Mark Zuckerberg's version, but the version of the metaverse, probably one of the most popular metaverses, then this is it. If you ever wanted to know what Second Life was, well, this is it. I've never really talked about Second Life much before, and yet I've played a lot of it. I've spent let's not go into how much money I've spent in this game. I've spent a lot. Oh, I forgot the back of my neck. But then see if you do that, you have that. Yeah, the systems within the game for models, it's not perfect. So this is the one I have. This is the TMP. So is it TMP? Yeah. The what does that stand for again? The something project. The mesh project. The mesh project. So yeah, so this is the TMP body. It's not perfect. My so this is my house. I say my house. I'm living with my little sister for a bit. My in-game sister. She's not my actual sister, though. She might as well be. Like it's Again, I don't really worry about things like blood or such. She's my little sister. Um, so yeah, so I'm living with her for a bit. She used to live with me and my ex partner when I was on before. I'd taken a bit of a hiatus from Second Life. Again, just because I'm one of those people, I buy lots of games because my mind is always like, oh, that looks really cool, and I want to go and have a look at that. And I can never stay in one place for long enough, unfortunately. Um, so, yeah. And the thing you'll find with Second Life is it can be a little difficult to make friends at first. Like there is lots and lots to see in Second Life, and we'll go and have a look at a few places in a minute. Um, but it can be a little bit of a lonely experience unless you can make some friends. Now, what I would always suggest is just talk to people. That's what I do. I just chat to people. Some people, they're not interested. Just like in real life, there are a lot of different people. In Second Life, there are some overly aggressive people, maybe because they've had bad experiences. That is also a thing you will find in Second Life. There are some people that love it. There are some people that are they're still in it, but they've had bad experiences. I guess I would say for the most part, I've had a pretty good experience. Um, but you know, your mileage may vary. It's free to download. It's free to play. You will find though that is quite. You will find that's quite deceptive though. So up here, you will see this number here, 7,751. This is your lindens. Everything, everything in Second Life costs lindens. If you go to a club, you are expected to show your appreciation for the music. If it's like a music club, we'll go to one of them. If any of them are going at this time of day, although depending on where you are in the world, it will be a different time. So, you know, maybe. There are, I think, some 24-hour clubs as well. AEG, the AEG clubs generally tend to be all the time. There's an 80s club, it's really good. Although apparently there's been some controversy or something, but we'll just... I can't be bothered with any of that. You will find a lot of that sometimes as well in Second Life. Drama. Avoid it if you can, because it's just not worth your time, or we've all got a limited amount of time on this earth, so avoid whenever possible. It's not, and again, it's not always that easy, but I'm just saying, if you can, you know, do it. We'll get rid of that, because don't really need that. So yeah, so this is your money, and you will need it for everything. So if you click on it, obviously it's in pounds for me. Yours will be different. So here it is. And so say you put in here, I don't know, you want 5,000 lindens. So that will cost you £19 and 35 pence. How far does £5,000 get you? It would get you a new body. My little sister has been sort of saying to me recently that my body is outdated. Apparently that is a thing as well in Second Life. If your avatar is old, there will be people that will look down on you. Yeah, it really does. It really is. It's Second Life with a lot of IRL life mixed into it. You have all of the personalities. You have, you have the trolling. You have, different types of people and personalities. So yeah, so that's your money system. And yeah, so 5,000 lindens would cost me £20, more or less. You could probably round it up, so 5,100. So it's estimating it 1974. So you could go to 200 just to try and round it up. Oh, so now you're over by like 12p. So you could keep going until you get like exactly like 20 whatever dollars, rupees, whatever. But so that's your currency. And for anybody watching this who has been playing this for years, this isn't really for you. This is for people who maybe who have looked at Mark Zuckerberg's metaverse as I have, and thought, okay, that doesn't look pretty good. That doesn't look very good at all. I don't like that. The whole legs thing. This is what the metaverse actually looks like, and this game is extremely old. Although it's always getting updated all of the time, and by the actual. They don't really like you calling it a game. I mean, it kind of is. I can see problems with the T-shirt. So you just So basically, you just fill in these panels, and it will hopefully, get rid of get rid of some of the jank. It's not perfect. This body is an old body. Like I said, Little Sis wants me to upgrade, which, yeah, I'm debating. Also, though, if you yourself are, you know, like me, people are telling you, uh, you know, your avatar's old. You need to upgrade. Um, Apparently, Second Life. So the people who run Second Life, besides the population, I can't call them players because they don't really think of themselves as players. Residents. So the residents, most of everything in the world is created by the residents of Second Life. Um, but Linden Labs are the people who own the software, and make a lot of the money. But having said that, a lot of people have gotten rich, or have, make a living off of this game. Land, and renting is a huge thing, in Second Life. We could have a look at that. Maybe, I don't know if we can do that all in the one video. It's, there's a lot to, Second Life. It's a big thing, and not necessarily something you can, um, get through in one day. There's a lot. Okay, we'll just try that for now because I don't want to. So yeah. So this is basically what I look like. Obviously, not in real life. It's supposed to be you look better than you do in real life. Most of us, if we had that option, we probably would probably go with that. I'm just gonna leave the neck because it's just. And these are actually TMP clothes, so they should fit with this body. But again, that's not always how it works. So this is my home. Little Sis actually decorated it for me. If you're wondering what Little Sis looks like, or used to look like, so my little sister Maury, she's very much into changing her look. I could walk past her a lot of the time and not even know it's her. Like, she changes constantly. She's into blogging, and making photographs as well. So yeah, I kind of understand it. But there's a picture of me and Maury, how she used to look. Like I said, she doesn't look like that anymore. But yeah. Whereas me, I tend to stay more constant. That's just generally, I find what I like, I guess. I see you're constantly having to just kind of, just fiddle with it. Yeah. But yeah, so I tend to like, I find what I like, and then I just tend to stick with that more or less. So I've got like a little seating area out here. This is the bathroom and the washing machine, and the shower. That's a really good shower. It's a really expensive one. So, again, so with goods in Second Life, you have to buy everything with Linden's. Some things will be cheaper, some things will be more expensive depending on the quality. And this was very expensive, but the quality is very, very good as well. So it's kind of, you get what you pay for sometimes, and the animations are really, really good as well. So we'll do the showering here, him, and there's just, refresh, and there's animations and stuff, and obviously there are there are naughty things as well, like, you know, basically it's your world and you decide how you want to interact. And the thing I really like about Linden Labs is they don't get too involved. Like, even in the drama, I don't think they really bother as far as I know. I mean, if it gets too much, maybe they will, but generally they have kind of a hands-off approach. They're making their money, so they don't care one way or another, really. But I think that's good. I think it's good that they stay out of things. I can do my hair. Yeah, back. Back. I mean, obviously, again, I can't go into it too much because yeah, you just can't. So there we go. We'll get out of the shower. And this is downstairs. This is the sofa. See, again, this is another picture of my little sis. I thought she looked very pretty in this one, but she's always constantly changing, and you know that's her thing. And you will find a lot of people in Second Life are like that. They're very much. It does, because this game uses so many textures. You know, you will find a lot of the time that textures take a while to pop in. You could probably have a 4090 in this game, and it, you know, there may still be delays. This is the sink with running water. I think I had a kitchen where the oven and the microwave worked, and the cupboards opened, but not this one. The old fridge. So you can interact with quite a lot of things in Second Life with animations and that. And of course the animations is something you will pay for as well. I don't actually remember what happened to some of the utensils. They were like pans and stuff. So you could actually stand here and do some cooking and that. But you can't, because I don't know where the utensils are. You can lean over. Not exactly, don't know that that's exactly a male posture, but I mean, okay. I mean, depending on who's making the animations, I do sometimes wonder if they've actually, yeah, they know how it is that we sit. It may have been, you know, a girl designed this, and she designed the animations on what she thought a guy would lean like, sit like. But it's not really a big deal. So these are all your controls down here, of course. So this one here, you've got walking, you've got running, so you can run and just jog about a bit. And you have flying as well. You can fly in Second Life. I don't see that many people doing it. It depends on the situation. Oh, this is a picture some friends took of me. I think I fell asleep IRL because I used to play it late into the night. And when I woke up, they'd surrounded me with like with teddy bears. So it was a pretty good memory. It's not an egotistical thing of just because I'm in the picture. There's actually like a deeper connection to it. But I can understand if you think that's what it's about. Oh, and my little sister is online as well. So yeah. This is her studio. She does a lot of her things here. You know, a lot of doing lots of pictures and blogging and things, which she really enjoys. This is my chair, apparently. She set up a chair for me. She generally sits on the sofa if she sits down, which is kind of rare. She's usually out doing, something. But yeah, I don't actually know what she's doing today. So these are your conversations. You can click on contacts. You can see, what friends are online. There's two of my sisters are online actually, Dessa and Maury. Two of my sisters. I like having. I never, in real life, I never had any sisters. I had a brother, but we don't really get on, sadly. I've forgiven him long ago, but I think my brother's fairly stubborn, shall we say? But he is what he is, and so long as he's well and he's doing okay, that's all that really matters. But he wasn't. He's never been that much of a brother really to me. And again, like, not necessarily his fault. The different things going on. You know, it's fine. But uh, okay. So again, I'm just having to constantly adjust it just to try and make it kind of work. So yeah, so it okay. So let's where shall we go? So this one here just rotates your camera. If you're a bit stuck, navigating can sometimes be a little bit of a challenge. So this can sort of help you out a little bit sometimes. Um, More of a close up. Behind you. So they're basically just the camera angles, really. So that one's sort of closer, that one's sort of further away. This one you can kind of zoom in on things, like just really zoom in, zoom out. Um, I don't know what this one does. Oh, okay. So you can actually walk as in first person. If you want to. You can't see your body, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, I mean, kind of like a VR experience. Linden Labs did try to to get to get Second Life into VR. They tried it on a few of the worlds that they own. So there's something called the mainland, and the mainland belongs to Linden Labs. It was some of the first worlds, I think, that were here, and then people rent servers or hard drives, physical space from Linden Labs for money, and then they create their own worlds and such. Um, yeah, so you can rent you could rent your whole an entire hard drive basically, and on that hard drive would be a complete world that you could make whatever. And a lot of the things that you see in the world is exactly that. It's it's been created by the community, which I really, really like. And this, I mean, it's not perfect, don't get me wrong. And we'll come to one of the biggest problems in a minute, which is why VR didn't really work with Second Life. Um, Second Life is not stable, um, particularly when you get a lot of people in one place. So some of the shopping malls, they they can get very, very laggy. Um, on a computer, on a flat screen, it's not as bad. In VR, I can imagine it would be vomit inducing. And I think that's some of the challenges that they were having. Linden Labs did create a from the ground up VR kind of metaverse called Sansar. Unfortunately, they gave up on it. And they sold it. I thought it had a lot of potential, and I really liked it. I haven't been there in a while. The company that bought it, they haven't really done a lot with it, and they just tend to have this blaring kind of. This was the last time I went there. What they're doing with it now, I don't know. But the last time I went, there was just blaring rock music everywhere, and it wasn't that great of an experience. So yeah. I don't believe Second Life is on consoles, so that if this is more of a PC thing, but as you know, I'm on PC, so most of the things I show is sadly on PC. So for anybody watching on consoles, it is a shame that not everything I can show you is going to work on your systems. I wish it did. I because anything that I enjoy, I would want everybody to enjoy. I'm not really into this whole, consoles better, PCs better. I don't care. Whatever you're playing on, if you're having fun playing, whether it's Mario or Mario Kart. I loved Mario Kart. One of the few like driving games that I can actually do and enjoy. But whatever it is that you enjoy, like that's the main point. Pardon, is to enjoy yourself. So yeah. So let's okay. Let's have a look in here. So these are all, because it does take so long. I mean, as you saw, like having to do all of this, and then you got to put the clothes on and then work out whether they fit, and it's quite a lot of effort. So I just made a load of like pre clothes, but you still have to adjust them a little bit. It's, you know. So that's my clothing and outfits. But what I was going to say, so here's the legacy mesh body that my little sis is trying to get me into buying, and eyes and too much for today. But where I was going to go, hmm. Landmarks, that's what I want. So landmarks are all the places that you can go to and have been to within the world of Second Life. So where do we want to go? K-Pop Island was quite interesting. I just recently went there. That was cool. There wasn't really anything going on at the time, but this is good. My little sister has a shop as well, which is great. I'm very happy for her. Let's go to. No, was that the one? And there's so much stuff that you can have a look at. Let's go to that. So this was before VR chat. Essentially, this was before VR mostly. Now you have to wait a little bit for everything just to kick in. Like I said, I have an improvement card over the GTX 1080 that I used to have. Now I've got the RTX 3070, but still, it takes a while. So this is just one of many stores where you can go and buy things. Again, for most people who might watch this, who are already in Second Life and have been in Second Life for a very long time, this isn't really going to mean too much to you. But yeah, so these are the types of clothes you can buy. And this is more kind of what I always imagined when I watched Ready Player One. I think this is what Ready Player One was based on way more than Horizons. Horizons I found so constrictive. Here there are no real restrictions. I mean, obviously anything to do with highly illegal activities, like obviously. But generally speaking, anything goes. You're not restricted by what you want to do. But yeah, lots of different genes and stuff. There are some places where you can actually live talk. I'm hopefully not doing that. Because for people in the game, they just want to, they just want to be in the game and just enjoy their day. But a lot of different clothes, and I mean, this is fairly big for guys, but as you can imagine, the main thing here is for the ladies. There is so much stuff. Pretty shoes, dresses, underwear, you name it, they've got it, and their stores are way bigger. Generally, the men's would just be like a tiny little section, kind of like real life, if I'm honest. Because with men, it isn't as much of a thing. I mean, I think men do like fashion and they do like clothes, but not to the same extent as the girls. The girls really love it. Lil sis she likes going shopping. Like, she likes going shopping a lot. As I'm living with her, I just gave her 2k. I didn't need to. She doesn't particularly want it, but I know she likes shopping. And with that, she can buy lots of shoes and stuff. So, you know, it's something I would be wanting to do. But this is definitely what I imagined. Um, you know, a VR version would look like. I mean, this is good. It's just, unfortunately, as I've said, it's not stable. This isn't too bad. There aren't too many people here. Um, the more people, you would start to notice like more lag. Yeah, see a little bit there. See, like I wasn't actually touching the keyboard, so yeah. But this isn't actually that bad. I've been in places where you're just running on the spot for ages. It can get pretty wild. And again, like on a flat screen, it's not really a big deal. In VR, it's gonna be so much worse, especially if you're new to VR, and you haven't quite got your VR legs. Um, it's not going to be a good experience for you. So yeah, so this is some of the different outfits and that you can get. This is just for guys. Probably can't show you the girls stuff because yeah, YouTube and boobs. It's even though the entirety of the female gender have them, it's a problem. So and again, I always blame YouTube. It's not YouTube. It's the advertisers. It's probably Google. It's a lot of different influences, which is what makes Second Life so unique. Nobody as far as I know, nobody ever bothers them. They do their thing. People do what they like for the most part. There's just no real problems really, and it's good. It's out of all of the VR meta worlds that I've been to, nothing compares to Second Life. And I definitely would imagine that this is what the who was the writer for Ready Player One? I forget his name, but I would imagine that the author for Ready Player One definitely got his ideas from Second Life. Um, for and certainly the was it Steven Spielberg who created the film version? I don't know whether he got ideas as well. Lots of pride flags everywhere. That seems to be something that's infiltrated Second Life. But it's good. Like, I don't think it's, I don't think it's militarized or anything, which is good. Oh, sorry, dude. It seems to be good. Everybody, I think, lives, side by side, as it should be. It's, it's all right. Because there doesn't need to be problems, like, but I think the problems come when you try to push people into one thing or another. Just let people coexist and just live. That would be my best idea. Social clothing. Okay, what's social clothing exactly? Okay. So kind of semi-professional, I'm guessing. Like a business get-up, but more casual. Okay, I dig that, I suppose. Now, here, if I just zoom in, so you see here, can you see my mouse? Yep. So here you've got fitted for Legacy, Jake, Gianni, and CZ Slim. So these are different body types. Not everybody has the same body, which kind of makes it somewhat complicated. For the guys, it can be difficult, as you see here with the neck. But for the girls, their shapes vary wildly. Like it's even more so for the girls than the boys. So yeah, so these are the different types of bodies. And there, as I said, there aren't as many bodies, I don't think, for males as there are for the females. And even within these bodies, I think you can, like, you can have a Legacy or a Gianni or whatever. Mine's a TMP. Even upon that body, you can then change the parameters of it somewhat. So if you want the arms to be bigger, you can do that. So yeah, so clothing can be difficult. But so I wouldn't buy any of these. Some of the Legacy stuff fits me, and then some of it does not. But then even TMP clothing, which is supposed to fit my body, some of it does, some of it doesn't. So it can be a bit of a gamble. I've gotten more into the habit of not just wildly buying things. So most things will have a demo. So you can get the demo, you can take it home, try it on. Some people even try it in in the store. So you can click on that. So this is saying buy, but there should be a demo somewhere. Okay, I'm not sure. As much as I've been in, ooh, hang on. There are gifts. Or do I actually have all these gifts? Actually, I think, yeah, no, I've already had all these gifts because that top. So this top here, that fitted fine, fitted fine. The tracksuit bottoms fitted fine. I think was it the polo shirt? So they worked fine, and then there were some other tops, and I don't think they did work. The jumper didn't work at all, because what I found is, if we look at the picture, so they've got the arms in the pockets. That's literally how it comes. So you would have to have, so you see this thing here. This basically is the animations for your avatar. So I can, I can change all the different animations, changing like different stances, if you like. So yeah, some of this fitted, some of it didn't, but it was free. All you had to do was just join the group, so there wasn't too much lost. But none of it was TMP. And yeah, again, some of it fitted, some of it didn't. So if you had a particular body, you would need to pay attention to these. But again, even let's say you're a Gianni, so these clothes should fit you. But depending on what you've done with your body, like if you've modified it, some things won't fit. So it's just something to be aware of, because clothing is not it's not cheap. Everything costs lindens, everything. And also a lot of these stores require your money in order to keep going, because obviously they have to pay Linden Labs for the server space, hard drive space that this mall exists on. So yeah, and it's the same when you go to the clubs. They will be the same thing. So if we click on here, so this is some of the destinations that you can go to. There's a What's Hot, newcomer friendly, editor picks, featured events, art installations. Some of them are really, really good. Let's see, there's role play as well. So if you're into kind of role playing, or you kind of want to have a go at it, I like role play, but there's so many rules, sometimes too many rules, and they have to have the rules, because if somebody starts getting butthurt, or starts thinking that this is somehow their actual body, and that touching it in some way constitutes a problem, like, and you think I'm joking, but I'm really, really not. So therefore, roleplay can have a lot of rules, and for some people it can put them off. It puts me off a little bit, but yeah. But there's all different things. Romance as well. You know, you can have romances in this world. You can, in Second Life, you can get married. You can, yeah. Anything you can do in real life, you can do here. Whether you want to or not, and whether you agree with it or not, isn't particularly the point. The point is, maybe this would be something for you. Maybe it wouldn't. That's all right. You know, it's not going to be for everybody. Oh, sports as well. Okay. I that's a new thing. I didn't really um over the edge wrestling. I'm United Furry Wrestling. That sounds interesting. I mean, the thing is, I'm fairly open-minded. Like, I believe in people should live their life how they want to, but I know there are a lot of people out there that ooh, cheerleading squad. Uh, yeah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But yeah, so that's a different thing. I've never known that before. Sports. But yeah, there's romance, there's games and rides. There's a premium membership as well. So I'm on the free one at the moment due to some things I don't bother getting into because you shouldn't care. Uh, but yeah, there is a premium membership if you want it. I think it's about £10 a month. You get a free house that you can live in, and you get some lindens every week. I think it's like 300 lindens a week, which isn't really a lot given how expensive everything is. But you could save, you could save up your money. And now I think there's like a plus membership. I was on it, and then some things kind of fell off a cliff in my life, so I wasn't able to afford it. Um, and I do want to thank Linden Labs because they wiped the $65 that I owed, but I have spent a lot of money in this game. But they still didn't have to do it. I was actually asking them if there was a way to help me in that maybe I could just pay like a bit, you know a bit a month or something, like until I like paid it off or something, but could still have access to in world so I could hang out with my sisters and maybe make some new friends or whatever. But they wiped it, so I got to give them props for that. They're generally okay. I don't agree with everything that they do sometimes. Okay, there's a pride thing. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Time Lord. So if you're into Doctor Who, Foxy's, is that Oh, that's the jazz club. Yeah, okay. So I actually met a lady in Second Life, 75 years old. She was 75 years old. And she goes to the, I don't know if it was this one or another one, but she goes ballroom dancing. I thought that was amazing, and she hangs out with her friends, and I thought that was great. I kind of like that because as we get older, we can't do some of the things that we used to be able to do, IRL. So if there's a way to be able to come into this kind of world, maybe she's housebound and maybe she can't get out too much. But she has access to a computer. She can log on, come in, hang out with her friends, and dance the night away. I think that sounds pretty good to me personally. But yeah, so maybe you want to see a club. I mean, all the clubs are going to be different. I don't. Shut up, phone. I mean, I don't know if any of them will be running. Ambrosia ones tend to be. Um, let's go to one of them. They generally tend to be 24 hours. Some of them, I think. But we'll have a look around anyway. I mean, I probably can't do the music anyway because, copyright problems. I run on Firestorm. So Firestorm is like a third-party portal into Second Life The Second Life comes with its own like basic portal. Um, some people use it, but a lot of people tend to use a third-party one, such as Firestorm. Um, my little sister Mori uses something called Black Dragon, I think it's called. Oh, I've been logged out. Yeah, tends to crash as well sometimes. Yeah. I mean, we're coming up to about an hour, so that that's probably as much as you maybe wanted to see for a little bit of Second Life. Maybe it's something you might be interested in. Maybe it's something that you're definitely not, and that's all right either way. I quite enjoy it. I've always been fascinated by the idea of having. Again, it's about choice, like being able to pay with your card or being able to pay with money. I see the idea of having an IRL life and a digital life as being something that I think will become more commonplace into the future. Maybe right now it's still an odd concept, um, but then you know, as a species, we have to keep moving forwards, and there's always this pushback to anything that is different or new. For a lot of people, they think that the idea of still going to physical brick and mortar malls is a much better idea than a virtual one. And I'm not saying that either one is right or wrong. What I am saying is, why not have the choice? Depending on your situation, depending on your life, depending on what access you have. So for instance, for people with disabilities who maybe can't get out the house as much, my friend Kaji has quite a debilitating disease, which holds her back from being able to maybe do a lot of the things that people enjoy doing IRL. So for someone like her, she would be able to do that in Second Life. Um, and that can be appealing for some people. Um, but again, I don't think that everything should be digital either. I think, going out and touching grass, I just think it's about balance and choice. If you want to go to a real park, go do that. If you have allergies and a real park would not be enjoyable for you, maybe a virtual park. I'm just saying choices, and that's really it. But we we still have these pushbacks against technology that it's ruining this or it's ruining that. Um, but as a people, we should keep moving forward. Change isn't always going to be something that you will enjoy. Um, that's not the point of change. The point of change is to keep moving forward, not whether you enjoy it or not. So yeah, that's just my thoughts. But anyway, that was a little look at Second Life. If you think it's something you might, you know, like to get into, quick Google search and you will find it. They've been around for a very long time, and I don't think they're going anywhere. And certainly, if you're into VR and the idea of the metaverse, but maybe maybe not Meta's and Mark Zuckerberg's idea of the metaverse. I don't actually think in my opinion, and in a lot of people's opinions, I think Mark, try as he might, and I think he does have a genuine interest in the metaverse. He can probably smell money or something. But I think he has a genuine interest in the metaverse. I think just the way he and these companies are going about it is not great, and it's putting people off. The whole legs thing has just become an absolute farce, and so it makes building a decent metaverse that much more difficult because you're turning people off of the idea. So yeah, but yeah, Second Life has been doing it for a long time, and as you can see, been talking for too long. I don't talk a lot normally, believe it or not. But yeah, I just I think if you want a proper experience, probably Second Life is is a good place to start. That is what the metaverse could be, like a proper VR version of it. But I think we're some way off, and I think we need somebody else to build it. Not not Mark Zuckerberg. Because one of the great things about Second Life is the freedom that you have in Second Life. Pretty much anything goes. Again, anything, too illegal, yeah, probably not. Anything to do with children or anything like that, like, yeah, that's a hard no. The whole community would be very against that. But as a whole, anything you kind of want to do in Second Life, you can. Um, and I think that's more of a freeing experience than Horizon, where you're being filmed all of the time. And if you make a joke that offends somebody, oof, you're done. And it's always recording, it's always watching, and you have that kind of feeling that, Big Brother is watching you all the time. Yeah, it wasn't a great experience. And then there was the thing with the whole legs. And the actual world itself doesn't look very good. I mean, you saw how good. Go away, body. You saw how good Second Life looked, within the confines of what you're able to do. I mean, it is an older game. Apparently, from what I hear, they are looking to revitalize the whole system, introducing new mesh avatars. I think overhauling some things. Exactly what, I don't know. I don't keep up as much on the news as I probably should do. But yeah. So yeah. Hey, if you think you'd like to give it a go, a quick Google search, you'll find it. And if you don't, that's all right as well. Just you can move along with your day, but don't knock what other people enjoy just because you don't. So until the next one, better do the outro. Bye for now. See you on the next one.